Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sunique and today I'm doing a side-by-side with the indie version of this deck and the mass market version that's just come out from Rockpool. This is the Mythologia Fennica Tarot and I've had this one since 2021. Yeah, I think it was the 1st of January I actually ordered this, 2021. And the box is a little bit worse for wear. A lot worse for wear, actually. It's falling apart, but hey ho, that's time. Let's just open the new version now. So Rockpool have taken this one and issued it this year. So we've got the same cover art. We've still got the death card as the cover art. We had that on the book as well. Brilliant book that came along with this deck. I think it cost me about €53 and I bought it direct from the creator themselves. So yeah, we've got a smaller version of the death card on the box of the Rockpool version. So let's have a look at both. Right, so on the back of this mass market it says, Finnish mythology, the basis for this tarot, is rooted in nature. Mythological Fennica Tarot includes the traditional 78 cards, but it's divided into the 4 classical elements of nature, which are fire, water, air and earth, instead of suits. But I mean, that is the suits, isn't it? You know, fire is wands, water is cups, air is swords and earth are pentacles. So featuring a range of beings, deities, nature spirits and more, it draws strongly on the traditional wisdom of Finnish folklore. So each card tells a new story yet remains true to the classic Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. And just as with classic tarot, this deck is about self-knowledge and spiritual growth. And you can see actually from the pictures on the back of the box that it does say swords, pentacles. So we've got silver colour on the side for the type, all sides, and it's a lift off 2-part box. There's no thumb cut-ups or anything. Oh. So what do we get? The inside of the box, that's pretty. A blue ribbon. Oh, we've got colour images in this guide, but we didn't have colour images in the indie version. And these are the back, so it's a different back as well. That's the inside of the box. It's very nice, isn't it? Very nicely presented. And obviously a lot cheaper than the indie version as well in price. I'm going to keep this band. There's another one for my journal. Okay, so immediately I can see that the borders have changed colour. And interestingly, they've got a different colour for the border on the major arcana cards than on the minor, but all the minor are the same colour, so we haven't colour coded them according to suit. There's a bit of a mark on the side there, which probably came from that band, and they're warped. Yeah, they're actually warped. So that maybe tell you a little bit about the cardstock. These are the backs. And this is the book. So, I'll take the cards out of my original. It says on the back, Mythological Fennica Tarot takes its inspiration and wisdom from the Finnish national epic, Kalevala. And actually there's another deck called that. So this is Finnish folklore, shamanism and the collections of the Finnish Literary Society. The illustrations are by the deck's author Susanna Salo and Laura Kotavara. So yeah, different cards by different artists. The deck can be complemented with a book, okay, which is this one. On the back of the book says, Mythological Fennica Tarot is a representation of Finnish mythology in a new form. It contains a wide range of mythological beings, deities, nature spirits, events of Finnish national epic, Kalevala, and aspects of traditional Finnish worldview. It also contains shamanistic themes and beliefs of other Finno-Ugric people. Finnish mythology is rooted in nature. Okay, so traditional wisdom is strongly present in the cards. The mythological events match contemporary life on a symbolic level and can be used as a method of problem solving and a source of new resources. The book contains thorough explanations for each of the cards and their different uses. and is itself a comprehensive guide of Finnish folklore and mythology. And this guidebook is amazing. There is so much information in here for each card. It's just so good. I'll just quickly show the book. So we get colour images in the flyleaf, front and back, or in the side pages. And then we get, it was 2018 is the copyright, but I didn't get it until 2021. So the foreword, how to read the cards, and then straight into the cards from page 24. The folk of fire, the folk of water, the folk of air, and the folk of earth, but it does give the suit names. All about Finnish folklore, how this deck came about, how to read the cards, and then, yeah, it goes into great detail actually. So a question, concerning the past, concerning the future, the card of the day, and we have some spreads. So we've got a sound advice spread, a star spread, a Celtic cross spread. What it also gives in here is Mary Greer's numerologically based, there we go, personal cards, soul cards, growth cards, you know, that you get in Tarot for Yourself by Mary K. Greer. So it does go into that as well, briefly, but breaking down your date of birth or the current year. Anyway, with the associated cards. Then we get a little black and white image for each card, and then we get the background to the myth and the meanings of the cards. It is just an amazing, amazing, one of my top guidebooks, because it's not just a guidebook for the deck, it's also a guide to Finnish folklore. So good, so good. And we have, yep, this beautiful death card on the front. So let's do a little quick look at this one and see what we get in Paul's version. But yeah, as I saw immediately, it's glossy, and we've got colour images here of the cards. We don't seem to have, I don't think, as much information on each card. We have colour coded. It's on the side here. So we've got this blue colour again there for the majors. And then we've got this sort of red colour here for the wands. Another blue colour for the cups. A lighter blue colour for the swords. And a green colour for the pentacles. It is 169 pages. It's the author. And there's sort of two distinct art styles in the deck as well, which you'll see. Embrace Ancient Finnish Wisdom. Introduction, how to use the cards, major, minor, about the author. So the background to Finnish folklore, isn't that lovely? How to read the cards with the beautiful raven here. So a card of the day, a 3-card spread, and a 5-card spread. So just one of the spreads, that extra spreads that are included in the original guidebook, which is the sound advice one, and then we're into the meanings of the cards. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more information in the original, a lot more. And look at this, it just shines, doesn't it? This silver on the original, it doesn't on this one. Yeah, so let's see the difference in the card, shall we? Like I say, this has got silver edging. I don't think this one has. And it is bowed, so be aware of that. This one just comes in a top box. We do have some extra white cards here. Backs are different. These are more stylised. These are more folk artish. Folk artist. Yeah, more like folk art. Different colour borders, as I said. These are just white all the way through. And no gilding on the outside. Okay, so how many difference there. There's quite a few difference in thickness, so I'd say 11 card thickness. 12 actually. 12 cards difference in thickness between the two decks. Okay, I'm going to separate them out so it's not too... These feel very cardboardy. Very cardboardy. These don't. These are lovely. I can see a difference already just in the first card. So yeah, we've got a different viewpoint, haven't we? And we've got a different background as well, and colouring. And it actually says the major arcana name on the card as well. So it says the Fool. It doesn't on this original deck, on the indie version. Different coloration. Oh, they've put sort of this sun motif in the corner, which we didn't have in the original. And they've zoomed right into the image as well. But we haven't got these stars in the bottom, just in the top there. The colour looks more vibrant in this one. I mean, look at this yellow colour. It's sort of faded out there. So this is the Magician. I am not going to say the Finnish names because that would be insulting. So we have a High Priestess. So we've managed to actually get more of the original image into the mass market deck than we do have in the indie version, which is, yeah, strange. You can see this is like a pencil drawing. It looks very much like a pencil drawing here. But do you notice the throat's cut? Empress. And again, this looks like very much a pencil drawing in the Emperor. Yeah, we've definitely got more of the original painting in the mass market version. Although there's more of the snake in this one. There. But more of the mountain in the background. It's very strange, isn't it? It's the way it's been cropped. Hierophant or the Shaman. Lovers. Beautiful card. It's kept the triple moon here. This is a wedding. It's very yin-yang, isn't it? This looks more vibrant, you know. Chariot. You can see the difference in art styles there. Strength. Yeah, we've definitely got more here because we've got the whole of the horse's head and body. And we've even got the signature of the artist there. That's got lost a little bit there. And the Hermit. It's going to be difficult to choose between the two of these, I think. Wheel of Fortune. A lot more vibrant in the original. And it's so interesting what they've decided to keep in and let go of when they're cropping the images, because in some of them we get more in the indie version, like this horse. We can see this horse. And the mass market one, we've lost the head of the horse. Yeah, and yet, and some of the others, it's been different, hasn't it? We've got more of the High Priestess and more of strength than we did in the original. The Hanged Man. And you can see each one as well does have an alternative title, which is part of the myth that's in the book. And those stories are really explained really well in that book. Again, see the cropping here, so different. And the coloration as well. I mean, in the indie version here, we sort of lost the swan, whereas we brought it back in here, and the edge of the boat, which was missing in this one. But I like the coloration in the indie version. I'm sort of glad now I've got both decks because I can see more of the artwork. Temperance. And the Devil. More of the Devil's tail. We have the great oak for the tower and the chopping axe here. And the North Star. Moon. Sun. I prefer that one. You might also have realised, I didn't point it out, but the numbering on the cards are different as well. So we've got the numbering at the top here on the mass market, and then it's actually on the bottom here on the indie version. Judgment. And the world is the tree of life. Okay, so let's go to the suit of wands. I mean, look at the reds in this, and the blues. The reds and the blues are so beautiful. So this is the birth of fire for the Ace of Wands. The birth of iron for the 2. And then it's completely different, isn't it? Because it's more red in this version, in the mass market version, than in the indie, where it's more orange. And again, we're zoomed in again. And here we can see some of the elements actually go outside of the borders, which doesn't happen here in the mass market. Love this little critter. The 3 of Wands is the blind man's guide. Oh, look, we can see more as well in this one. I do apologise for the lighting because there's a few clouds. Oh, I've got a car alarm going off in the background as well, so I hope that doesn't disturb. But look at this firebird setting fire here to the trees in the 4 of Wands. I've got so much more of the image in this. You seem to have lost the depth of the image going here into this card. Again here. This little bat with the bow and arrow. That's the 5, causing trouble. The 6 is the firefox. And that was the image inside the guidebook of the mass market version. Wolf's Bride. Isn't that interesting? The 7 of Wands. Is a sauna. The Golden Bride for the 9. It's much easier to see in the indie version. Look at the dragon. This is the 10. And we've got a comet as well. Okay, so now we're on to the court cards. So the eagle for the page. Look at that eye. This horse is amazing. This is the Knight of Wands, and you couldn't get a better image for the Knight of Wands. Look at that fire energy. It's so much more vibrant in this original version. And the Queen, or the Mother. And the King. And you can see the face a whole lot clearer in the indie version. Okay, cups. There's a slight gloss to the indie version as well, which I think helps to bring about that clarity of the image a lot more than this sort of carboy matte feel. And we've got sort of a wave here for the suit affiliation. What did we have on the fire? Yeah, flame. That's the Toast of Eco. The spring spirit rising up. You can really see it's so much clearer here. 3. Again, we've lost, in the original, we've actually lost part of the image. So yeah, cropping has been a real factor in both of these decks. 4, 5, another spirit. This is the bog spirit in the 6 of Cups. the little paw prints. Okay, so this looks completely different. Oh, and it's been renamed. Nixie, like a pixie almost. 7 of Cups instead of Anarchy. And yeah, we've zoomed out here to see more of the image, but it's still more vibrant in the original. Playing the violin. Vortex for the 8 of Cups. A bit perilous, isn't it? A rapid spirit for the 9. Can sort of almost see the horse there. You really can't on that one. Very difficult to see. But that's when the sea is white horses, isn't it? 10. Again, different crop. To the page. It's getting lost in this image for me. Totally getting lost. Knight. Queen. And the king. We've almost lost him completely. Okay, sword suit. So that's interesting because what was the bumblebee is now the honeybee, but it's the same image. I zoomed out a bit on this one. Two. Again, a different crop. So it's cropped down to there on the original, although parts of it does actually come out of the border, which we've lost there. It's like he's going in and out with the clouds. 3 of Swords. Freezing wind. And it looks more freezing in this image than it does in that one with the pink. Again, we can see the pencil drawing, which is beautiful. Folk of the Graveyard. Six of Swords. Seems to have moved over a little bit in the image. Seven. They are adorable, aren't they adorable? It reminds me of Static. Yeah, Ghost Static. Oh, good. We have a witch's circle here for the 8. Isn't that interesting? See it? A white deer for the 9 of Swords. This deck also sort of gives me Artemis vibes, I must say. Which you'll see more, I think, in the Pentacles suit. Again, the crop. Love this raven. Zoomed in a bit more there and lost these wings on the edge there. Seems a lot vibrant there here. I wonder if that's been recoloured, redrawn at the back. The background looks different. The background looks a lot different. Yeah. Elk. Sorry, that was the page I meant to say. The elk is the knight. And the interesting thing here, look, is the red eye. We've sort of lost it here. Totally lost it there. We've got the real red eye in this one. Queen. Can you see her? Again, we've got this water energy here, even though it's a sword suit. See the wave? Yeah, the Queen is in the air. So water of air. Got the 2 elements there. And the King. Do prefer this. Seems to be what I'm taking from this side by side. Okay, let's have a look at the Pentacles suit. They've changed the name again. I think maybe this is just the translation field, as in Pelham. Possibly. caught in the forest. It's, yeah, that's not what it says there. Caught in the forest. But yeah, we've got more detail in this one here, look. This one's almost missing. Little elf, one-eyed elf. I love this pattern in the background. Very Finnish. Again, we've got a different name, so they've taken the first part of it off and just stayed with the krati. The key. There's a key. The 5. Really interesting image. 6. How can snakes be domestic? Dance around the fire as a mountain troll. The 8. Piercing blue eyes that show up more in this version. And we have a labyrinth. Just like the ones we get in Cornwall. That's different, isn't it? That's totally different. It's lost that. It's lost something. It really has lost something in the redrawing. This almost looks like a thread. Oh, it's lost that rawness. What a shame. I wonder why they decided to redo that. Anyway, I've got this beetle here for our 10. Page is a forest maiden. This is where I get this sort of Artemis vibe from. We've got the bear as well, which is dear to Artemis. Skull. Look at the colours in this one. Gorgeous. And then the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. We've got more of the bird here and the cat or the lion. And then the king. So we see this sort of stag energy here that I keep getting this stag energy. I'm sure I have to work with Artemis. But can you also see the face in profile here of the tree spirit? Okay, so that's the 2 decks side by side. Now, I've just had a little look in the guidebook, and though the essence of the card meanings are indeed in there, there's extra content in the big book that is really worth reading. It gives a lot more background than does the mass market version. Very, very interesting. So let's have a look at the 7 of Cups, because I thought he's adorable, isn't he? Let's have a look. So this creature lives in the water. Let's find him. Oh, there he is. There we go. 7 of Cups. So they are side by side. So the key words in the little book: falseness, prejudice, discovering the truth, misunderstandings. So Nixie was a creature that lived in almost every Finnish body of water, stalking its prey in wells, on beaches and in rapids. It tricked people into water to drown them. So it's a little bit like Greek mythology, isn't it? The sirens. They can assume any form, take in any shape, that it thought would please the victim. Sometimes it appeared as a rock and tempted people to swim to it. So it's the bogeyman to keep children from going near water alone lest it catch them. Talented violinist, Nixie also taught this skill. According to folklore, one could seek this teacher out by going to a large rock in a rapid and playing there during some magical moment, like the night of Midsummer's Day. Oh, so we have that fairy element as well, don't we? The Nixie would insist pupils gird themselves to it with a belt to prevent them from falling into the water. It was imperative not to buckle the belt, though, or else the Nixie would pull the player underwater after the lesson was over. There's a lesson in itself, isn't it? Don't trust a Nixie. And then it gives the message. So in here it says, bit more though, to many it appeared as a buxom woman who sat on a rock on the beach and combed her long black hair. So yeah, We have more information. The stories also gave the woman enormous breasts that she would throw over her shoulders to terrify people. Naki approached children in the form of a black dog or horse that appeared among them on the beach. It tried to lure all of them to ride on its back and then sprinted into the water trying to drown them. To women, it would appear as a silk scarf floating on the waves or as a ring that peeked from the beach's sand. Sometimes it could also appear as a rock that tempted people to swim to it, so that's when that one came in, about the bogeyman. It also tells us about the violinist, but a little bit more about that. So when the Naki began playing, the pupil had to keep up no matter what and not to stop playing under any circumstances before the Naki did. The song that the Naki taught could only be played 10 times. Any more than that, and the player would fall under the spell, strive to drown themselves to the nearest body of water. The bruises that were found on drowned bodies were thought to be the signs of Naki's violence. So yeah, as you can see, you get a lot more in the big book than you do in the condensed version of the mass market. So that's the difference between the two decks. Okay. I think there's a lot of warnings as well in some of these stories. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my videos. And until the next time, bye friends. Bye.